So many of our neighbors.
Paintball wars. Innocent people walking down a street targeted.
I literally thought I was gonna die.
Next, Inside Edition.
Tonight at 7:30 on KGW. This is a KGW News Special Edition.
Oregon has experienced unprecedented fire with significant damage and devastating consequences across the entire state.
Governor Kate Brown braces Oregonians as dozens of wildfires continue to grow, threatening homes and forcing evacuations. These wildfires have covered more than 477,000 acres across the state, from southern Oregon to the coast to the Mount Hood National Forest. The biggest one, the Santiam fire, is burning east of Salem.
And we've also learned of some really heartbreaking news. 12-year-old Wyatt Tofty and his dog died in that fire. Family members say Wyatt's grandmother, Peggy Mosso, also passed away. Wyatt's mother is in the hospital right now with critical burns, and our thoughts and prayers go out to that entire family and community.
Such tragic news, and the fire conditions are truly unprecedented here in Oregon, and the hot, dry conditions are not letting up.
Pat Doris has an overview of what's happening across our state.
From the air, you get a glimpse of what's happening, of the ferocious fires pushed by raging winds and helped by low humidity as they race through the forests and brushlands of Oregon. It's the worst collection of fires at one time in Oregon in the last 120 years. The biggest, the Santiam, east of Salem, grew by 12 miles Tuesday. The Riverside in Clackamas County grew by 17 miles and consumed 22 structures. And what we cannot see is the grim reality on the ground, where state leaders fear many were not able to escape the firestorms.
Let me start by bracing all of you for some very difficult news. We are currently facing a statewide fire emergency. Over the last 24 hours, Oregon has experienced unprecedented fire with significant damage and devastating consequences across the entire state.
Governor Kate Brown warned that in Lane County, the towns of Blue River and Vida might be destroyed, as well as Phoenix and Talent in southern Oregon.
I want to be upfront in saying that we expect to see a great deal of loss, both in structures and in human lives. This could be the greatest loss of human lives and property due to wildfire in our state's history.
Recovery teams are gathering to begin searches where the fire has passed through. The governor could not offer any numbers of people who are missing or dead. The fires in Oregon now spread over more than 300,000 acres. That's the equivalent of 500 square miles. And most of the big ones erupted just over this past weekend or on Labor Day. For some context, consider this. A megafire is one that covers 100,000 acres or more. Oregon saw 6 megafires from 1900 until 1999. From 2000 until now, there were 11. And in all those years, there were never more than 2 per year. But now, according to the Department of Forestry spokesman, there are 3 or 4 burning all at once.
We are absolutely in unprecedented times. This event has evolved over the last 72 hours, driven by a cold front on top of an east wind event. The cold front brings critically impressive high winds, and then the east wind event sustains those winds.
He also said those winds are driving the fires down the west slopes of the Cascade Range, raining firestorms on small communities and rural homes. Across the state, firefighters and the National Guard are doing everything they can to help with these fires. They're not trying to stop them, they're just trying to rescue people and get them out of the way. But the governor knows for some, it's probably already too late. In Northeast Portland, Pat Doris, KGW News.
And that is sobering. As we mentioned earlier, families are dealing with destruction and loss due to the Santiam fire. We've been seeing images of leveled homes in the Lyons and Gates area. Christine Pitawanich has been in Marion and Lynn counties today. And Christine, we've seen some devastating pictures out of the Santiam Canyon.
Laurel, sad doesn't even begin to describe what the families here are dealing with situation-wise. I mean, it's been heartbreaking, to be honest with you, hearing about families that have lost nearly everything. In fact, I spoke with one family, the Sharon family, earlier today. They're from Gates. They say they'd heard a whole lot of rumors about the destruction. So this morning, they went back up to their home to see the damage for themselves. You can see in the video that Cindy Sharon shot on her phone. You can even hear it in her voice because her family's home in Gates is leveled. Her husband, Brian, described it as if he were looking at a war zone as they drove to their home. Cindy told us between Lyons and Gates, it looked like there were maybe 30 or so homes that had already burned to the ground. Brian's parents' home in Mahama also burned. When we drove through the Mahama and Lyons area, we also saw homes that were just destroyed. And, you know, even while the Sharons lost nearly everything, they say they're still feeling fortunate.
Just seeing the houses that are burned up down 22 and the families.
Very sad.
Sad.
The only thing that makes me feel good is my whole family's safe. All of our animals are safe. And I'm a contractor, so I'm just going to build everything back better than it was. We're fortunate.
Yeah.
Even though we lost everything, we're still more fortunate than most.
Really amazing to see how positive that family is staying. In fact, they told me that there are 7 adults that they're cramming into a 33-foot motorhome that they bought on Friday. So that motorhome getting some really good use. And they're also feeling fortunate because they've got friends that they can lean on during this time. They say they're hoping the community comes together and really supports those other families who have lost nearly everything as well. And by the way, we keep telling you, but just in case you haven't heard, the Red Cross has multiple centers throughout the area, one of which is at the Oregon State Fairgrounds. Back to you.
Wow, some true human resiliency there. Christine, thank you so much. Well, Clackamas County is under a state of emergency as 4 major fires forced thousands of people out of their homes. Flames destroyed at least 230 structures and threatened several hundred more. The entire town of Estacada had to evacuate. The largest fire, the Riverside Fire near Estacada, is now 112,000 acres and growing, pushing west downward Highway 224. Now at the fairgrounds in Canby, people evacuating are bringing their animals there. Glenda Irwin and her family left their home in Malala and had to leave behind turkeys and chickens. They made it to the fairgrounds Tuesday night, but don't yet know if their home is still standing.
I was scared. Very, very, very tearful. I just was grabbing things and throwing it in the car. I don't even know what's in the car.
You never feel prepared for that.
No, you don't.
So many families dealing with that same anxiety right now, and there's no room right now for more animals that cannot be tied up or put in trailers, so they're actually asking for donated stalls or pens. People can also stay the night at the Red Cross shelters at Clackamas Community College. We have a link to all evacuation sites for the county at kgw.com.
Residents who have evacuated and need a place for their animals can go to the Washington County Fairgrounds. The sheriff's office can care for animals overnight if owners cannot stay. There's also space for RVs and campsites. The winds are creating real problems for firefighters near Newberg as well, where several homes are evacuated. A viewer shared this video of the smoky orange-colored sky today. The fire is burning on Chehalem Mountain Bald Peak, just north of town, and that's where Kylie Boshi is live. Kyle?
And Laurel, a couple of late developments in the past 15-20 minutes or so. We've seen more fire activity on that ridgeline behind me than we've seen all day. Some big flames. They've since been extinguished. Also, air support arrived. We saw a plane flying over twice. 2 passes, not clear if it dropped any retardant or not. Compared to other fires, this fire is relatively small, only about 2,000 acres, but boy is it stubborn. Terrain up there is really tough, making access difficult for firefighters, not to mention this wind is not helping. From Sky 8, you can see the wildfire creeping through trees and dry brush in the hillside just north of Newberg. The Chehalem Mountain Bald Peak wildfire forced the evacuation of dozens of homeowners in rural Yamhill County.
Yeah, we evacuated last night. They came down and said, you have 20 minutes to get out. 8 dogs, 3 cats, horse and 2 donkeys.
Jeff Rott can't see his home. It's tucked back in the trees behind the smoke. but he knows fire is at his doorstep.
It's not on fire because we don't see any flames yet on this side. But when you see that smoke coming so dark right behind it, you know it's there.
This fire isn't particularly big, 2,000 acres, but it's stubborn. The terrain is rough. Fire crews actually used a TriMet bus to bring in reinforcements overnight, hoping to protect rural homes.
So we kind of made us a little evacuation plan last night in case in the middle of the night it came down the mountain.
So far, the fire is not threatening the town of Newberg, but it's too close for Larissa Curtis.
We have our stuff packed just in case as a precaution.
The Curtis family moved into this new subdivision a year ago with no plans for wildfire.
We thought we were good. We thought we were away from all that, but apparently not. Yeah, it was moving, yeah.
Now, like many other neighbors, Larissa is watching the hillside north of town as it smolders and spews heavy smoke. Fire crews are working really hard to protect that property in the hillside behind me. So far, no homes have been lost. A couple barns burned, but at this point, no injury to any people or livestock.
All right, Kyle, thank you so much. And now to the Oregon coast, where fires in the Echo Mountain complex off Highway 18 are forcing people to leave their homes. In Lincoln County, there's a level 3 evacuation order, and that means go now for everyone living north of Northwest 40th Street from the ocean to Devil's Lake. Sky 8 was able to get this footage you're seeing near Otis before having to turn away because visibility was just so bad. Oregon Coast Community College is the evacuation point. Buses are staged at Safeway and the Lincoln City Community Center to get people out. Samaritan North Lincoln Hospital is also preparing to move some of their patients and staff to a hospital in Newport. And we want to tell you about a way that you can help. Our community is going to need to come together right now. And you can do this by just pointing your camera right at that screen from your phone. KGW activated the Northwest Response Fund. So far, this is pretty amazing, actually. You've donated over $100,000. Thank you so much to everyone who's helping out. And if you'd like to help, open your phone's camera, point it at that code right there on your screen. It's going to pop up a link to the Red Cross website where you too can make a donation. Your money will help with the wildfire recovery. We'll be right back. Meteorologist Matt Zaffino has your full forecast after the break.
Sundays away from your favorite team are never easy.
Whoa! Hey, bro, I got this. Buckle up. Let's take a ride. Oh, yeah. Follow me into NFL Sunday Ticket on DirecTV. Here you'll catch every game, every Sunday, no matter where you live, even on your favorite devices.
That deserves a hip whip.
Don't call it that.
The most glorious Sundays ever. Switch to DirecTV and get the 2020 NFL Sunday Ticket season included at no extra cost. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
For 45 years, Affordable Dentures and Implants has created affordable access to dental care.
And we're proud to have helped millions of people improve their smiles.
Our number one priority has always been the health and the well-being of our patients and staff.
So, we're taking extra precautions to welcome you to a safe and clean environment.
Because we want you to go ahead and smile.
Affordable Dentures and Implants. We can't wait to see you.
Love getting prices that are lower than low? Use your new or existing My Freddy's Rewards card to unlock personalized savings and in-store specials instantly, saving you up to $699 per year. Getting you prices that are lower than low. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Of all the times to buy a car, you might think now simply sucks. Unless you take advantage of the world's first no contact, no touch, no pressure, no sweat, no stress, no shade, no worries, and above all, no bugs test drive. Right from your very own home. Get ready to change how you buy a car. Get ready to shift. Now every Shift car comes with EPA-approved antimicrobial protection. Free. Visit shift.com/free.
I honestly believe we could be on the verge of a tectonic shift. We have the attention of the entire world. It's going to take this kind of groundswell of people who are not of color to say enough is enough. You cannot heal something if you don't look at it, acknowledge it, take it in, and let it out.
Welcome back on this Wednesday evening. Brittany and I were just talking about, and I'm sure our viewers feel the same way, how astonishing it is to see these pictures, the video, hear the stories of the devastation. I mean, these September rains can't come soon enough, right, Brittany?
I mean, it is so true. It's like Mother Nature has been working against us as we fight these fires. We need Mother Nature to give us a hand here with some rain, Matt.
Yeah, all I can say is hashtag 2020, right? I mean, it's just been a year that is just keeps on going, obviously. And Mother Nature will actually switch things around, do a 180, bring us some more humid air and eventually some rain. Now, whether or not it's going to be enough to actually squelch the fires remains to be seen. It may not be that much, but it will certainly bring cooler weather and higher humidity, which will help. We are under warning still until tomorrow morning for the fire weather warning, until noon tomorrow for the air quality warning because of the smoke over the sky. And again, I want to show you this time lapse because looking south from Timberline, watch how this fire is trying to develop upward or vertically. And it's trying to do that because it is producing so much heat that heat bubbles up. Now, if this was a different weather pattern where we have colder air aloft, more moisture aloft, we would be seeing clouds form because of the fire. Fire clouds, if you will. Technical term for that is pyros and fire, pyrocumulus. We're not seeing that because the air is so dry. In fact, you may have heard me talk over the years about the weather balloons released from Salem every day. Well, they release them down in Medford, too, in several spots around the entire country and, in fact, around the world. But the weather balloon in Medford set a record for 3 balloons in a row with the driest air mass that it has ever recorded down there. And it did it 3 balloons in a row. So it basically looks at the amount of moisture in the entire column of air from where it's released until the balloon can't track anymore. And there's basically no moisture up there at all. There is smoke, though. You can see it from our Wells Fargo camera, 84 degrees. East winds are down to 14 miles an hour at the airport. Hey, here's a little bit of bright spot for you. This is a sunset happening out at Cannon Beach. There is smoke there, but it's not quite as thick, and a nice Oregon sunset even with the smoke. And the temperature and humidity have come up as the wind has finally turned on shore at Cannon Beach. It was 92 there earlier in the day with like 12% humidity. Now it's up to 55%. That's good news. This is good news, too. The winds are really backing off. You can see they've gone calm in several locations here. That'll be the trend overnight tonight. This is the satellite imagery from earlier in the day. This is special high-resolution 5-minute imagery showing the volume of smoke that's gotten pushed out to sea and just barely edged into the Portland area today. Now, the winds. This is hour by hour. I started this at 5 o'clock in the morning, and we see them ramp up and stay 24, 25 miles an hour through about 8 a.m. But then, look, it drops down to 17 miles an hour at 11 o'clock tomorrow. That's the first time we've seen it in the modeling drop below 20 miles an hour, so that's a good sign, too. Massive area of high pressure over us, massive area of low pressure over the northern Rockies. It was the cold, dry air that came in behind that system that has produced our strong east winds that are now backing off as that high pressure breaks down and the low pressure along the Oregon coast breaks down. What we need is not the heat low, but your typical kind of fall or winter low pressure system to roll in, and it will on Monday and Tuesday and bring us at least a little bit of rain. So it's a way too early look at how much rain, but here's the forecast on this. If these amounts, if we get a ½ inch of rain in Salem, 3/4 of an inch of rain in Eugene, that would be excellent and go a long way towards putting these fires down. 89 our high in Portland today, 90 over in Troutdale, 100 in Medford, so they're dealing with smoke, fires, and high heat down there. In Portland right now, it is 84 and the freezing level at 16,000 feet. So the winds are easing. That's happening. It'll be smoky and hot tomorrow, up around 95, depending on how thick the smoke is. Then 89 Friday, 87 Saturday, low 80s on Sunday, and 3 days in a row where we don't even hit 80, and we get some rain, I think, on Monday and Tuesday, ladies. So it's been a long road this week. We still have some bad weather to get through, but not as bad. And things will be looking up as we go to the weekend. Back to you.
We're going to hope for a good dousing of rain. Thank you, Matt.
Our continuing coverage of the wildfires in our region continues after this.
Buy and sell gold, silver, coins, jewelry, and diamonds at Liberty Coin and Currency.
Kids love to play, and no matter what the sport is, it comes with risk of injury. Shriners Hospital for Children Portland has a walk-in clinic that provides total fracture and sports injury care for kids. No appointment needed. It's convenient, reliable, quality care for busy families, so your kids can get back to doing what they love. Portland Shriners Hospital's walk-in fracture and sports injury clinic. Open all day.
Without saying anything, wearing a mask says everything. It says you care. For everyone. It says you understand. The small act of wearing a mask makes a big impact.
Ready, set, go.
Go, boy, go! Go, boy, go! Go, boy, go! Go, boy, go! Get the car! Go some more!
Live big in the 3 larger-than-life SUVs from GMC. Step up to GMC and get nearly $5,300 purchase allowance on most 2020 Acadia models. We are professional grade GMC.
Why are prescription drugs so expensive? It's a cycle. Politicians like Jamie Herrera Butler run for Congress, and the prescription drug industry funds her campaign. She votes to give those big drug companies big tax breaks and lets them raise prices, and they rake it in. So when it's campaign season again, there's more money to give out, and we get higher prescription drug costs. We've got to put a stop to this. I'm Carolyn Long, and I approve this message.
Shop smart and save at FedMart's Labor Day sale. We're the only place that can scientifically fit you to a mattress. And right now, save up to $500 on brands like Tempur-Pedic, Stearns & Foster, and more. Plus, get 0% financing for up to 60 months. Be FedSmart. Shop FedMart.
Transform your home with new Champion siding, and right now is the best time to do it with the Champion Stimulus Plan. Get 30% off your new siding, plus low interest and 12-month no-payment financing options. We make the process easy. We help you choose the best design options for your home. Our install team manages your project every step of the way, and it's all backed by our lifetime guarantee. Enhance your curb appeal with 30% off new siding for a beautiful look that lasts a lifetime. Call now or learn more at championsiding.com.
Welcome back. We want to take you to southern Oregon now, where the Almeda fire burns near Medford. At least 80,000 people have evacuated their homes. The fire began in Ashland, but made its way into neighboring Phoenix, Talent, and parts of Medford. Many homes have been completely destroyed. Regina Hill left her home and sadly lost everything.
I remember sitting on my couch praying and crying for, Australia, and praying and crying for paradise. And yeah, you don't think it's going to happen to you.
We just feel so much pain in her voice. Now, currently I-5 is shut down in both directions just north of Medford. We're going to keep you updated with the latest when we come back.
Helping local businesses thrive is what we do. Cardinal Services.
Little hands should hold this, and these, but never these. Tobacco and vapes kill thousands and cost Oregonians $1.5 billion each year. But Measure 108 can start the healing. Oregon doesn't tax vapes, so by establishing a vape tax and raising the tobacco tax, 108 funds health and prevention programs. It will prevent thousands of deaths by getting smokers to quit and keep thousands of children from starting. A healthier Oregon is in our hands. Vote yes on Measure 108.
Jackie, I'm looking at your MRI. Your shoulder seems to be healing nicely.
Well, Dr. Farrell, it feels really good.
That's good.
And I'm sorry. Baby, don't touch that. I don't want you to play with that.
Twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. I'm so glad that your shoulder's feeling better, but how are you doing?
I'm hanging in there.
Schedule a video visit with your doctor and get quality care with no copay. Kaiser Permanente. Thrive.
Time for a new roof? Don't even think of re-roofing until you've looked at Interlock Lifetime Roofing Systems. With Interlock, you will never re-roof again. Never. Why spend money again and again on temporary fixes for roofs that are curling, cracking, rotting, rusting, or leaking? Your home is your most valuable investment. Interlock Roofing will protect it for a lifetime from all weather conditions. Interlock offers you a choice of attractive, energy-efficient, environmentally safe, and tough metal roofing styles, available in many colors to beautify your home. Call 1-866-578-7663 today or visit thinkinterlock.com. We install, offer on-the-spot financing, and stand by our product with our lifetime limited warranty. Save up to 15% now on an energy-efficient and tough Interlock roofing system. This offer is limited, so call toll-free 1-866-578-7663. That's 1-866-578-7663. On the web at thinkinterlock.com.
Bi-Mart's Big Buys continue with exciting new savings on a great selection of products. Wake up with a mug of Seattle's best coffee and enjoy a bowl of post-breakfast cereals. Or spice up your dinner with a can of Denison's chili. And take care of your truck with Chevron Dello motor oil. Bi-Mart is ready when you are, so take advantage of these great deals and more. They're going until September 22nd. Big brands, big value. Bi-Mart Big Buys.
Tomorrow on Sunrise, we'll bring you the latest on all the fires that continue to burn throughout the area right now. With Sky 8 in the air, crews on the ground, and Rod Hill tracking weather conditions, we'll cover all angles of this story that impacts so many of our neighbors.
Paintball wars. Innocent people walking down a street targeted.
I literally thought I was gonna die.
Next, Inside Edition.
Tonight at 7:30 on KGW.
Welcome back, and we want to share a couple of your photos and videos of the smoke and the haze in your neighborhood. Your images are really an important part of our wildfire coverage, and we thank you so much for them.
Yeah, you can share your pictures and your videos on the KGW app by clicking Near Me and uploading them there. You can also email us, post them on our Facebook page, or use the hashtag KGW Weather on Twitter. And you can keep up to date on the latest fire conditions at kgw.com or by downloading our news app. We're also sharing updates on our Facebook and Twitter pages.
And that's it for us. Matt and I will be back at 11 o'clock with the latest on the wildfires and the weather conditions.
And as we take a look outside from our Wells Fargo Skycam in Portland, we really want to say thank you to all of the firefighters, the National Guard, and the Red Cross volunteers who are battling these fires and helping those who have evacuated. And for those of you at home, stay safe. Have a good night. We'll keep you updated.